Millions of people are waking up today living with IBD, or inflammatory bowel disease. It includes Crohn's, ulcerative colitis. Just last year, a study showed that America's youth is seeing a significant rise in cases, with over 100,000 kids under 20 currently living with IBD. And researchers are seeking new treatments as they search for a cure. And you can help, because Take Steps is returning. And Lauren is too. She's back from the Crohns and Colitis Foundation of Michigan. She's here along with Brian and Courtney and their son, Zach. Good morning to all of you. Thank you for being here.
Thanks, Todd. It's great to be here.
Absolutely. Lynn, let's start with Take Steps. I'm very familiar with this. I mean, Elliot, our morning anchor, is going to be emceeing this. Talk about what Take Steps does.
Yeah, so we come together as a community to celebrate those in West Michigan who are dealing with IBD on a daily basis. So those are patients with Crohn's and ulcerative colitis, like you said a little bit ago. And we're just there to kind of celebrate their journey and bring the community together. They're autoimmune diseases, and people are also often pretty quiet about them. So it's a great opportunity to come together and kind of celebrate where everybody is at in those journeys.
Yeah, this is a really good place to find your community.
Yes,
to find your tribe, to find people who can relate to what you're living.
Yes.
And Brian, Courtney, you are living this right now. Courtney, tell a little bit about your history with Zach, your son.
Yeah, so Zach started having symptoms around 18 months old, passing blood, refusing to eat, no energy. We took him into the doctor countless times, and we were kind of sent away, told he had a virus or a fissure, pretty much dismissed for a couple of years. Around his third birthday, he went for his well-child exam, and it was late August, and he was very, very pale. So they ordered blood tests, and his hemoglobin was a 4. So we immediately went to the emergency room, and he had some transfusions. The emergency room experience was not great. They did send us away saying that we were not feeding him and not feeding him enough, and we felt like we were just really bad parents after that experience. 3 months later, we did receive a referral to GI, and he had a colonoscopy and an endoscopy where he was diagnosed with Crohn's disease. And fast forward 3 years, 2 biologics later, we reached remission in January of this year.
Oh my goodness, congratulations, that's phenomenal news to hear that. The remission is the word that we're all looking for. Actually, the cure is what we're all looking for, but in between that, remission is a good place to be. What happens at this Take Steps event? I mean, obviously, folks like Zach and his parents are going to be there.
Yes, absolutely.
In the sense of community, but while we're there, let's talk about the walk and the things that are happening at the event.
Yeah, so the event is next week, Saturday, June 21st. It's at Dwight Liddell Park this year. There's a festival that happens from about 10 to 10:15. Bring your family, bring your kids, bring your dogs. We've got a face painter, there's a kids area. It's a great family environment. We'll have some snacks for you. And then right around 11:15, we start our program. Our MC this year is Elliot, so we're really excited to have him there. And then you'll see really moving stories by people like the Hedbergs, and I have another adult honored hero who's just gonna kind of share their journey and where they're at and where they've been, and kind of why we're all coming together to work for a cure for these diseases.
Brian, I want to ask you a question. When this is happening and you don't have a solid diagnosis of what's happening, when you finally did get that solid diagnosis and you finally did get that treatment that started working, can you talk about that transition as a father? I mean, how that felt?
Yeah, it felt great because we actually had a diagnosis and we actually started to have a plan that we were putting in place. Because when you're going through it and it's just a complete unknown, and you're just trying to advocate the best that you possibly can for your child. And once you finally get to that point where like, okay, this is what's happening to him. Now we have a path forward. Now we can continue. It felt great, and it was almost like a relief at that point.
Plus, you've got that diagnosis, and now you've got that community.
Yes,
you've got those people who are like, oh, finally, we can talk to people, because it really, Courtney, it has to mean so much to be able to talk to someone who understands.
We have an excellent team between the doctor, his counselor through Helen DeVos, his favorite nurse at the infusion center. We really have built a family out of our team.
Zach, I can't leave you out of this. What's your favorite thing to do over the summer? You like to play sports? What's your sport? Baseball, basketball. Oh, baseball fan. All right, I'm going to bring this. Let me. What position do you play when you play baseball? Do you play in the outfield?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you get many hits?
Yeah.
All right. Favorite team? I'm assuming is the Tigers, but from what I understand, that's not it. Is it? What's your favorite team?
Yankees and the Orioles.
The Yankees and the Orioles. We got a Yankees-Orioles fan. We got an East Coaster. What are you doing in Michigan? I'm just kidding, Zach. And by the way, I wanted to at least get out this one point. When I asked you earlier about the Orioles, why did you choose the Orioles team again?
Because one of the players named Cedric Mullins has Crohn's disease.
So one of the players on the team has Crohn's disease, and you latched on that because you have Crohn's disease. But, well, hopefully the Orioles will do great this year. Hopefully you'll do great this year and stay in remission, Zach. Thanks for being here this morning.
Do you know, I'm sure you don't know this, but Zach made the all-star team like a couple ages up, right? He's playing with 8-year-olds. And
What?
Zach, how old are you?
6
You're 6
and a half.
and a half.
Let me ask a very important financial question. Are you left-handed? Dad knows, he gets it. So if you want to get to the Take Steps walk, we encourage you to go there. I've been there with my daughter. I encourage you, Candace, our meteorologist, used to work here. She's emceeing that. Elliot's going to be there. We have a strong support for this cause, and we hope that you can join us too. West Michigan Take Steps, June 21st at Dwight Lydell Park. You get all the information right there. We got the link at fox17morningmix.com for you. We'll be right back.